ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Assalamu alaikum, and Guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren. On behalf of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Pakistan and Embassy of Federal Republic of Germany, I extend a very warm welcome to all of you. As you all know, this year marks the completion of 7 decades of our diplomatic relations. In the past 70 years, the relationship between our two countries has evolved into a dynamic partnership characterized by people-to-people friendship, cultural affinity, and deepening economic ties. Today, we celebrate this exemplary resilience and dynamism of our bilateral relations with vigor and vitality. Ladies and gentlemen, let us formally commence this August evening by inviting the adorable and very talented students of the Roots Millennium Pash School, where German language is taught, to recite the national anthems of Pakistan and Germany. May I also request all of you to please rise from your seats in respect of the national anthems, please. Dankeschön. Thank you so much for such a heartwarming and melodious performance. A small token of appreciation for the lovely performance. This event is a part of Foreign Minister Makhdoom Shah Mahmood Qureshi's public diplomacy initiative in line with his Vision Foreign Office. Tonight, we have joined hands with the German Embassy to bring to you an evening which is a true testimony to these 70 years of Pak-German Dosti. To commemorate this watershed moment in our bilateral ties, Federal Republic of Germany has gifted 50 kV solar panels to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Pakistan. These solar panels have been installed at the Foreign Service Academy by a very technically able team of GIZ professionals. Let's have a look at a short video of installation of these solar panels. Thank you so much. These solar panels would help the Foreign Service Academy to meet some of its energy requirements in a clean and sustainable way. The use of solar energy is also in line with Prime Minister Imran Khan's commitment to a clean and green Pakistan and ancillary efforts to combat climate change. I would now like to invite the Honorable Foreign Minister, Makhdoom Shah Mahmood Qureshi, and the Honorable Ambassador of Germany to Pakistan, Bernhard Schlegheck, to please come up on the stage and formally inaugurate the solar panel. May I please request sir to remain on stage for one moment? Yes, please. Yes, sir, for just a moment. A huge round of applause for Pak-German Dosti ke 70 saal. Taking this opportunity, I would also like to invite on stage Dr. Yusuf Khushk, President, Pakistan Academy of Letters, to present copies of Urdu translation of select German short stories to the Honorable Foreign Minister and the Ambassador. This compendium represents the true spirit of intertwining Pakistan and German literary and cultural taste. Thank you, Phil. Thank you very much for your presence amongst us tonight. Danke für Eure Anwesenheit. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to invite the Honorable Foreign Secretary, Mr. Sohail Mahmood, to please come up on the stage and share his remarks with us.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Foreign Minister Makhdoom Shah Mahmood Qureshi Saab, Honorable Ministers, Parliamentarians, Excellency Ambassador Bernhard Schlegheck, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good evening. On behalf of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and on my own behalf, I am delighted to welcome all the distinguished guests on this special occasion. Today, we are gathered to mark the 70 years of diplomatic relations between Pakistan and the Federal Republic of Germany. Like our evergreen friendship, Pakistan and Germany are observing this milestone jointly, hand in hand. We have just witnessed the inauguration of the solar panels, a mark of our promising partnership in the fields of renewable energy and sustainable development. The German ship Bayern has recently made a port call, and shortly we will be issuing special commemorative stamps and coins. Distinguished guests, even though it has been 70 years since our two countries formally embarked on their journey of friendship, ties between our two countries and peoples go farther and deeper. Allama Muhammad Iqbal, the poet-philosopher of Pakistan, studied for many months in Heidelberg, learning the German language and studying German literature and philosophy. His study of German philosophers left a deep mark on his thinking. Iqbal's philosophy of Khudi or self, his conception of an ideal man, his ideation of Pakistan, its ideology, and what it was meant to be in the world, all have an evident link to the time he spent in Germany. So, as we mark the 70 years, we also celebrate this profound intellectual connection which has had an indelible imprint on our shared history. There are many other reasons to celebrate this historic relationship. During the period of post war reconstruction, Pakistan contributed its bit. Pakistan became one of the first countries to sign the bilateral investment treaty with Germany in 1959 and also a development partnership agreement in 1961. German financial institutions finance many of our key projects, including hydropower dams. Today, Germany is a preferred destination for Pakistani students for receiving higher education. In the domain of innovation, science and technology, and vocational training, Germany has been helping meet the aspirations of the people of Pakistan for a better and more prosperous life. Today, Germany stands out as one of our strongest trade partners within the European Union. And as elsewhere in the world, German corporations and German products are synonymous in Pakistan with high quality, high value, and high returns. We continue to advance our partnership through structured engagements, including through the strategic dialogue and under the framework of Agreement for Defense Cooperation. Our mutual engagement through the European Union is equally strong and effective. Distinguished guests, one purpose of celebrating 75 years of close cooperation is also to force ourselves to think about the next 75 years. Germany is the heart of Europe and Pakistan the crossroads that links and joins many parts of Asia together. As Pakistan pivots to geoeconomics and German corporations and entrepreneurs look for new avenues for growth, win-win opportunities are bound to crop up. If Asia is the future and Pakistan among the many pillars of that future, then our two countries have a mutual and strategic interest in further deepening our ties. It is not too difficult to envision a scenario where our two countries forge an even closer partnership, both bilaterally and within the framework of the European Union. So let us today celebrate not just the symbolism of this occasion, but also the promise and prospects it represents for the future. I thank you. Pakistan-German Dosti Zindabad.
Thank you so much for your remarks, sir. Now, may I once again please request the Honorable Foreign Minister, Makhdoom Shah Mahmood Qureshi, to come up on the stage and share his thoughts on the event.
ठीक है Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable parliamentarians, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to host this celebration for the 70th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Pakistan and Germany. Pakistan-Germany ties have come a long way since establishment of our formal diplomatic relations in 1951. Pakistan was among the first Asian countries to establish diplomatic relations with Germany. Like all good long-term friendships, ours has never been transactional. There was a time when Germany, coming out of the war, needed a hand and found Pakistan sharing its resources as part of the London Agreement and subsequently cancelled all debt. Indeed, our ties are underpinned by shared values of democracy, pluralism, diversity, peace, and security. The warmth in our relationship has been aptly reflected by Foreign Minister Maas and Ambassador Schlack-Heck. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan-Germany high-level interaction, parliamentary exchanges, and people-to-people contacts have been growing. Our strategic dialogue was held last year. I had the privilege of visiting Germany this year. This was my first visit to a European country amidst the COVID pandemic. Foreign Minister Maas visited Pakistan twice this year in April and August. This reflected our resolve to work together to bind our bilateral relations and to collaborate closely for regional and global peace and security. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan's shift from geopolitics to geoeconomics, improved security environment, and enhanced ranking of Pakistan in the ease of doing business index offer attractive opportunities for German investors. I'm happy to note that Germany is one of the major trading partners of Pakistan. A number of German companies are active in Pakistan in areas ranging from pharmaceuticals to automotive sectors, and I am pleased to see many of these companies represented here today. Further, Pakistan-Germany cultural ties predate the establishment of our formal relations. Our national poet, Dr. Allama Muhammad Iqbal, studied in Heidelberg, as the Foreign Secretary mentioned, and Munich over a century ago. Iqbal had admiration and respect for German culture and people. Iqbal's message from the East, Bayam-e-Mashriq, was written as a tribute and friendly response to the Goethe's West-Östliche Diwan. The message of our two great poets serves as a solid basis for the initiation of East-West dialogue and promotion of interfaith harmony. Pakistan will, in fact, be issuing postage stamps to celebrate our two great heroes, Iqbal and Goethe, in commemoration of our 70 years of diplomatic relations. Culturally, Goethe Institute Karachi and its affiliated N-Mary Shimel House in Lahore have made commendable efforts in propagating the message of our cultural icons and bringing the two countries closer. The humanitarian work of Dr. Ruth Pfau, a Pakistani German for combating leprosy, attests to the fact that humanity transcends boundaries. Our Pakistani diaspora in Germany has been consistently and positively contributing to the economic development of Germany in various fields. Germany is also one of the top higher education destinations for Pakistani students. I'm in fact pleased to mention some of the great women and men of Pakistani origin in Germany who have made strong strides in their fields, contributing positively to the growth and development of the country. Dr. Asifa Akhtar, for instance, is the first international woman vice president of the Biology and Medicine section in the Max Planck Society, recipient of the prestigious Leibniz Prize. Asad Yar Khan, an architect at Germany's Comte Friedrich Bau, was instrumental in planning and developing residences for senior citizens for the government. And more recently, Misbah Khan was a candidate for the German Federal Parliament. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening is a reflection of the strong bonds between Pakistan and Germany. I am pleased to share Pakistan will soon be issuing a commemorative coin to cement this historic 70-year landmark. I thank you all for joining us this evening. Special thanks to the students of Pash School from the Millennium Education, a subsidiary of Roots International School, for rendering the national anthems of Pakistan and Germany in an impressive manner. I would like to commend the wonderful musical performance by students, they will perform shortly, of Leif Larsen Music Center from the renowned Hunza School of Music. I would like also to share my gratitude to Mr. Bashir Ali Muhammad, Chairman of the Gul Ahmed Group, for partnering with the Foreign Office for the event today and working closely with us to present the true face of Pakistan. Lastly, I thank Germany for gifting the Foreign Service Academy of the Foreign Office with solar panels. This gesture is a testimonial to Germany's pro-environment credentials, and it is indeed aligned with the vision of Prime Minister Imran Khan for a prosperous green future. I thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Moving forward, music is the universal language of the soul. It's my pleasure to introduce to you students from Leif Larsen Music Center of Hunza School of Music, which is dedicated to promote and preserve local folk music of Gilgit-Baltistan and Chitral. This school has won hearts, not just all over Pakistan, but, we are told, within the German embassy as well. The traditional local instruments truly represent Pakistan's cultural heritage and penchant of the people of Pakistan for music. First, let us have a look at a short video on these traditional instruments. Thank you. May I please request Hasina Shah to give a brief introduction of the group.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hasina and I am representing Gurgu Ensemble. I would like to thank Ministry of Foreign Affairs and German Embassy for having us today on this auspicious occasion. I would like to tell you a little bit about the ensemble. Gurgu. Gurgu is a word of Brushiski language spoken in Hunza, Nagir and Yasin of Gilgit-Baltistan. Gurgu means a sound which shines. This ensemble is from Leif Larsen Music Center, Hunza, run by Aga Khan Culture Service Pakistan to promote and preserve folk music by training and educating young boys and girls free of cost. Being a young ambassadors of Gilgit-Baltistan and peace, we will be presenting diverse music of Pakistan, particularly folk music of Gilgit-Baltistan. I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you, Hasina. Let us now enjoy a performance by these students who would play a Sufi kalam and a German tune on these traditional music. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
ये ज़मीं जब न थी, ये जहां जब न था, ये ज़मीं जब न थी, ये जहां जब न था, चांद सूरज न थे, आसमां जब न था, राज हक भी किसी पर आया जब न था, राज हक भी किसी पर आया जब न था, जब न था कुछ यहाँ, जब न था कुछ यहाँ, था मगर तू ही तू। अल्लाह
Such a lovely performance. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Foreign Minister rightly mentioned in his remarks, both our countries have a special historical connection. Dr. Allama Muhammad Iqbal and German philosopher Goethe, two great philosophers of their time, had a lot in common. They carved new ideas of whimsical and poetic creativeness. Even today, art connects us and paves the way for unity in diversity. Let us now watch some video testimonials from artists from Pakistan and Germany.
Hello everybody, from Munich to Pakistan. My name is Miro Kramer. I'm artist and social designer. In 2016, I was invited by the Goethe Institute, Karachi, Pakistan, and the Lahore Biennial Foundation and the Vassal Artist Association to do a 2-month residency in Karachi in Pakistan. I did a textile installation together with 100 people, students, artists, people from Karachi, together to make an artistic sign on a special topic. It was the Baldia fire accident in 2012, which was the topic where also Germany was involved. And so, in an artistic way, we did a sign, a positive sign. We did a sign of awareness to a special situation. For me, from this time on, I really changed my life and also my artistic approach because of the togetherness I felt in Pakistan. And now, some years later, we are here in the Pinakothek der Moderne, where I'm doing right now a special exhibition together with the art education program here in the museum, the Denkraum Deutschland 2021. And 2 Pakistani artists are also involved. Here you can see the work of Hira Khan. Hira Khan is an artist from Karachi in Pakistan, and she deals with the story of the female family members, of her family members, and made this wonderful 3-part installation, which is here part of the Denkraum Deutschland. Hira Khan, I met 2016. She was part of the team of the Basel Artist Association, and I get the chance to have her as assistant for my project, Court of Desires in Karachi, and to see what a great person and what a great artist she is. Here you can see the video piece of Naila Mahmood. Naila Mahmood is author, is artist and filmmaker, and also she's teaching in Karachi. I met Naila in 2016 because she was one of my hosts in Karachi, and I met her personally, and I see her very nice artistic practice. Here she is showing in the exhibition in the Pinakothek der Moderne in Munich a piece about a kitchen situation of the Bangladeshi community in Karachi, and we are happy to have her here.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you a micromentary on 7 milestones achieved by our 2 countries in the past 7 decades of our bilateral relations. Let's have a look. Thank you so much. I would now like to call up on stage Ambassador of Germany to Pakistan, Bernhard Schlegheck, for his remarks. Bitte, Herr Botschafter.
Honourable Foreign Minister, Foreign Secretary, ministers, honourable parliamentarians, colleagues, dear friends of German-Pakistani partnership, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, a big thank you to the Foreign Ministry, with Foreign Minister Qureshi at the helm, for hosting this flagship event and so generously making the arrangements. And I think we should give a round of applause to all those who were responsible for the organization. Now, 70 years, this is something. 70 years, this is something in the life of people, but also of states. Not least because these 70 years of diplomatic relations cover the most part of our country's existence, at least in the current dispensation. Pakistan exists now for roughly 74 years, the Federal Republic 72 years. And both came about under considerable duress. Germany had started a war and lost it, with disastrous consequences for herself, the rest of Europe, and the wider world. Pakistan emerged from a traumatic split from India. Both countries, at their very beginning, had to absorb and integrate millions of refugees. Both countries remained frontline states for quite some time. They are both federal states and, by virtue of size, population, and importance, major players in their respective regions. Germany within the EU, prime policy platform for decades now, and one of the most, if I may say, ingenious policy inventions of all times, firmly based on reconciliation and teaming up with erstwhile perennial enemies, notably between France and Germany. On her side, Pakistan, in which we recognize the heir to the great state-building tradition of Islam in the subcontinent, spanning more than 1,000 years, as a model for the wider developing world. I venture to say that these common denominators are perhaps the reason for, in the words of Goethe, who was quoted very often and had been, as it was alluded to on various occasions, the intellectual sparring partner of Muhammad Iqbal, in any event, what Goethe used to call elective affinities, hence elective affinities between our two countries. I think this idea is well reflected in current bilateral relations, ranging across the whole gamut of diplomatic bonds. From the political field, so I have the two foreign ministers met already 3 times this year, the foreign minister mentioned that, to military relations, including most recently the foreign secretary alluded to that, mutual visit of naval visits, a sound trade and business relationship primarily under GSP+, hovering around 3 billion euro annually, what is certainly good, but could be better still. A remarkable development cooperation worth roughly 4 billion euros since the early 60s, with current main planks, climate action and renewable energy, technical and vocational training, the health sector, as well as civil society engagement, and perhaps most important of all, the people-to-people dimension. Student exchange, cultural and academic interchange, actively making use of roughly 70,000 Pakistani in Germany and Germans living in Pakistan as a sort of emotional bridge between our two countries. Interface contacts, perhaps even marriages, though I should say that is perhaps not the primary objective of foreign policy so far, and so on. More significant, to my mind, than looking back, certainly with gratitude and appreciation and the nice flashback we have just seen illustrated major milestones, more significant still is to capitalize on these 70 years as a springboard for more to come in the years ahead. There is a lot on our plate now. I need only to briefly mention Afghanistan, where we all, Afghans, Pakistani, Germans, the international community as a whole, have to shoulder our responsibilities, ideally in close coordination, but also in order to intensify our trade and business relations. Again, I can only point to the all good German experiences with regional integration and matching of interest, and do think that the recent paradigm shift in Pakistani foreign policy towards geoeconomics and connectivity is going in the right direction, is too something Germany and the EU are certainly ready to explore further with our Pakistani partners. And then again, the huge potential in increased people-to-people contacts ought to be harnessed to the fullest. All in all, we want to follow an agenda in future too that is as broad and as substantial as possible. I mean, we do not have to go as far as Muhammad Iqbal, who wrote in the early 30s of the last century to a German friend, incidentally in impeccable German, Germany was sort of second home to my spirit. I think for us, would it suffice? Indeed, it would be quite a lot if we vigorously continue our trusted dialogue and expose wherever we can shared conviction, say about the pertinency and intrinsic value of multilateral solutions, especially nowadays, or on the issues of the global commons, not least the big climate questions before us. So let's get on with it. With this in mind, many happy returns of our 70th anniversary, and by implication, congratulations to us all. Thanks a lot.
Vielen Dank, Exzellenz. Ladies and gentlemen, may I please invite on stage Dr. Mohammad Faisal, Ambassador of Pakistan to Germany, for his remarks.
Assalamu alaikum, Honorable Foreign Minister, respected Foreign Secretary, parliamentarians, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I would not want to keep you away from dinner, so I only have a few points. It was wonderful to host the Foreign Minister in Berlin earlier this year, and then the Chief of Army Staff and the Foreign Minister, German Foreign Minister, has twice come to Pakistan this year. So for an ambassador, this is an excellent beginning. So I look forward to more such interaction. Germany is home to a dynamic and vibrant Pakistan origin community. The Foreign Minister has been pleased to announce the establishment of a new Consulate General in Munich. So that is a big development for us. Again, the Foreign Minister and Foreign Secretary have kindly approved, and we are working on setting up an Iqbal Goethe Art Center in Germany to bring forward the linkage that we have discussed so far. The center would look at Pakistan and German art, paintings, sculptures, digital art, cuisine, and the similarities in philosophies of Iqbal and Goethe. We have turned a new page with our engagements during this important year, despite COVID inconveniences. Under the keen guidance and support of the Foreign Minister and the Foreign Secretary, I look forward to working with Germany to further strengthen the bilateral relations and to promote increased people-to-people contacts for the mutual benefit of both the countries. Lastly, sir, we talk about Iqbal, and I would just quickly narrate a few couplets of the evening on the side of Neckar, River Neckar. The moon's light is silent. The branches of every tree are silent. The songsters of the valley are silent. The green trees of the mountain are silent. Nature has become unconscious. It is sleeping in the night's lap. Some such spell of serenity exists, that Neckar's flow is also serene. The caravan of stars is silent. The caravan is moving without the bell. Silent are the mountains, forest, river, as if nature is absorbed in deep meditation. O heart, you should also become silent. Taking grief in your lap, go to sleep. I thank you all, please.
Thank you so much, sir. The poetry was lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, Pak-German ties are strong and linked in economic synergies in many sectors. This manifests in 60 years of our development cooperation, which has resulted in realization of many collaborative projects all across Pakistan. Let's watch a short video on 60 years development cooperation between the two countries. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together one more time for students of Hunza School of Music to perform on a traditional Hunza song in Brushiski, a language widely spoken in the region, and another Sufi kalam. A huge round of applause for the young performers.
क्षमा उन्हें तौआ पे चंपड़वाना क्षमा उसने छिड़के गरीबा से रुमा क्षमा उन्हें तौआ पे चंपड़वाना रुमा क्षमा क्षमा लाले गुल चुम सटे आशिक मस्बूल अस्परी लाले गुल चुम सटे आशिक मस्बूल अस्परी उनसे यश की अस्परिस्तान तवा क्षमा उन्हें तवा पे चंपरवाना क्षमा क्षमा की अस्परिस्तान तवा क्षमा उन्हें तवा पे चंपरवाना क्षमा क्षमा आशिकिए तभी बुनले बीजा इश्क दवा जा आशिकिए तभी बुनले बीजा इश्क दवा सके मना उन्हें दीदारी जान क्षमा उन्हें तवा पे चंपरवाना रुमा क्षमा क्षमा सके मना उन्हें दीदारी जान क्षमा उन्हें तवा पे चंपरवाना रुमा क्षमा क्षमा जाऊं मैं तोरे रंग रजवा बल बल जाऊं मैं तोरे रंग रजवा 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 अपनी सीधी करती मेरे मुसलना मिलाएंगे अपनी सीधी करती मेरे मुसलना मिलाएंगे छाप तिलक सब चीर मेरे मुसलना मिलाएंगे छाप तिलक सब चीर मेरे मुसलना मिलाएंगे बल बल जाइए खुसरों ने जाम के बल बल जाइए 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 मोहे सुहागन की मेरे मुसलना मिलाएंगे मोहे सुहागन की मेरे मुसलना मिलाएंगे छाप तिलक सब चीर मेरे मुसलना मिलाएंगे छाप आटे परी चम सरोए काटे समझो के दस्तकी आटे
Thank you so much. May I please request the Honorable Foreign Minister, the Honorable Foreign Secretary, His Excellency Ambassador of Germany, His Excellency Ambassador of Pakistan, to please join the students for a group photo and later presentation of token of appreciation. Thank you so much. In the end, I would like to extend gratitude to Gul Ahmed for being a sponsor of the event. We conclude tonight's event by inviting you all to a sumptuous dinner of select Pakistani and German gastronomical delights. I hope you all had a wonderful time. Thank you all for being here with us tonight and making these celebrations truly special. Long live Pak-German friendship. Lang lebe der deutsche pakistanische Freundschaft. Pak-German Dosti Zindabad. Thank you.